Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen. This is Majib Khazi and you're watching Washington Roundtable on VOK TV. Unfortunate and recent development in Middle East, the conflict between Palestine and Israel has risen very serious concern across the globe. But before we talk about this, we need to understand there's a lot of misinformation, disinformation being spread by different people and different media outlets. This report has been compiled by American Muslims for Palestine, a credible source that has put together information right from the ground for the people to know here in the US and around the world. More than 1,417 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza. At least 432 children, 300 women among them, 32 are from the West Bank, have been killed by the bombing by Israel. Israel has bombed schools, hospitals, mosques, entire neighborhood, and border crossings. These are not the actions of a nation acting in self-defense, but and actively engaged in committing a genocide. Number two, the role of the US government. Unfortunately, this issue has been politicized, have been looked beyond the human rights violation that is taking place by the actors on the ground who are committing genocide. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has told the people of Gaza to leave as if they have a place somewhere that they can go to. This is their place. This is where they were born and raised, generation after generations. You came in as an occupier and taken over their, not cities, not villages, but entire country by force. You have incarcerated them in world's biggest open jail, and now you are asking them to leave to go to where? Where should they go to? This is their place. This is where they're gonna end up dying. And Israeli Prime Minister has called them as if they're not even human beings. The Biden administration has reinforced the Israeli narrative and has told the Israeli and talking to the media and then dehumanizing the Palestinians, justifying the Israeli mass murder campaign that they have launched. It's a high time for us to call on the US government, stop giving Israel more weapons. Number three, Gaza is no longer just an open air prison, it's an extermination camp. As you have heard, the minister and the army personnel of Israel giving clear orders to his forces to siege Gaza, cut down electricity, water, food supply for 2.3 million people. Over half of them, over 1.3 millions out of them are just innocent children. So their food, water, electricity supplies have been cut off. Since October 7th, Israel has now completely sealed Gaza, not allowing food, water, medical supplies, electricity, or fuel. This is a war crime along with the aerial bombardment, more than 2,000 airstrikes, 6,000 bombs, 4,000 tons of explosive of Gaza. This makes it extermination camp where Palestinians are being killed as en masse. Number three, 2023 has become the most violent year for the people of Gaza. The timeline for this tragedy did not begin October 7th. For 75 years, Palestinians have had to endure the mass murder and ethnic cleansing and displacements. January to October of this year, Israel had already killed more than 207 Palestinians in the West Bank, occupied and attacked Al-Aqsa Mosque, ethnically cleansed families from the villages of Salwan and Master and Masafar Yatta, and allowed settlers to engage in pogroms in Palestinian towns of Thomasia and Hawara. Let's not forget this context when discussing and the tipping point that led to this moment. The US government selectively advocates and on behalf of Americans in the region. Palestinian American journalist Shireen Abu Akleh was killed in 2022 and the US government covered up her murder. Omar Assad, an elderly Palestinian American, was also killed by Israeli soldier and US government had did nothing to hold Israeli accountable. Number six, it is high time for us to keep ourselves informed and look at the credible media outlets. For that, you can go to American Muslim for Palestinians Facebook and Twitter account, American for Justice and Palestine Action, and make sure that you do attend their massive and main protest at 1 p.m. on October 14 in Washington, D.C. Last but not the least, let's all make dua for our brothers and sisters who are suffering on ground because of the atrocities and the genocide is being committed by the occupational forces. We stand united with our brothers and sisters in Palestine, calling upon those Zionists, calling upon those brutal mindset to accept others of different colors who practice different religion, in this case Islam, as in human beings, and give them their due right to respect the third holiest place on earth for Muslims. It's high time for all of us to come united and make supplication, dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help those who are suffering, endure their painful time that they're going through, strengthen their faith, and make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the sacrifice of those who have left this world, and make us who are behind to pay heed and reflect upon what's happening and encourage our lawmakers to stop supporting this illegitimate, illegal support for Zionist mindset in Israel, and bring peace by bringing two-state solution to the territory. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.